Man, I cannot believe that Workhorse is up to $30 a share, and I just didn't buy in. I mean, some of my friends said that they bought in and they want to actually buy more. Man, if we could just get it down to maybe 15, 16, $17 a share, man, I would buy so much. I mean, with everything that's going on with the company, it would, I feel like they have to go up at least a $40, $50 a share. Man, I really missed the boat on this one. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, we're not going to actually buy any Workhorse if it does fall down to 15 or $16 a share. Whoa. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, why, tell me, why aren't we buying any Workhorse exactly? Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it's 2020. Don't even be concerned with the fact that I'm here from the future. Yeah, we're not buying any Workhorse because it's just not a good investment anymore. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I've given up on 2020 anyways. I just want to know about Workhorse. So you say it's not a good investment. So I guess we must have not gotten the USPS contract, right? Well, yes and no. We haven't gotten the USPS contract, but we also haven't not gotten it. It's just that it hasn't been announced yet. Oh, so it hasn't been announced yet. So the stock must be down because maybe like DPHC didn't go public and like Lordstown didn't go public and get everything all set there. So, we own 10% stake in them. Apparently, that must be the reason why we saw a little bit of a drop because they didn't finish the merger, right? Well, actually, they did go public. They actually have $2 billion in pre-orders right now. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. They went public, though. Oh yeah, okay. So that's good to know. Well, I mean, I guess ARK Invest maybe sold their shares or something because there's obviously some panic in the market. We're down 50% apparently in about 2 months. So ARK Invest had to sell or something like that, right? Actually, no. ARK Invest has been buying a lot of shares recently. They're up to a significant amount. They've been buying hundreds of thousands of shares over the last couple months. Yeah, so it's not that, but there was kind of a couple short reports that came out. Some people that are kind of betting against the stock thinking it's gonna go down, right? Oh no, like Nikola? Like what happened to Nikola? That's gonna happen with Workhorse? I mean, no, like it's not like Nikola. I mean, there's this company called Fuzzy Panda. It has a couple thousand followers on Twitter. They came out with a short report, and it sent the stock down pretty drastically after that. After that, there's like a couple other people. They're saying to short it. Jim Cramer said that it was a sell horse, not a workhorse. So, yeah, it's gone pretty rough for the company recently. Oh, gotcha. So there must have not really been any good news that came out over the last couple months either, huh? Because I mean, it sounds like only negative stuff. Well, I mean, not exactly. I mean, I have my laptop out here. They did say that they're going to hire about 200 employees, just tripling their workforce. They had some pretty big pre-order news, like I said before, about Lordstown. So, that has been a little bit of an issue. They are highly shorted, so a lot of people are betting that the stock is going to go down. That's not great news, but I mean, it could cause a short squeeze. It could send the stock up pretty dramatically. There was kind of some news about the contract increasing to $8 billion or $20 billion. We don't really know about that, but yeah, Trump still wants to get Lordstown going and get Workhorse up and running. He really needs Ohio still. ARK Invest has been buying those couple 100,000 shares. They didn't get the contract in September or October, but there have been some things that have come out that maybe think that we are going to get the contract. I mean, they still are the only electric vehicle company in the running still. Like I said, there was that short selling a little bit there that caused people to freak out about it. They've talked about maybe some extra vehicles, getting into refrigeration with Walmart, with some other grocery store brands. So nothing big there. It's a pretty small couple $10 billion market, $100 billion market. It's really not that big a deal. A lot of people have been just securing their profits because they're up so much. So yeah, I mean, there hasn't been too much that's been going on. They have gotten some extra vouchers and stuff too. So there's some incentive programs for people to buy Workhorse to make it basically free for them to get their vehicles. They increase their range on their vehicles too to make it a little bit of a longer distance that people can go. It's not anything really that big. The CFO has done a bunch of interviews and kind of provided more guidance on the company, but it's looking pretty rough right now for Workhorse investors. So you're telling me that the only reason we're down right now is because people secured profits and the election's coming up? I mean, yeah, basically. So I know that nothing really has changed except for the fact that we haven't gotten the USPS contract, and actually things have really only gotten better for the company based on what I said before. But yeah, I'm just not gonna buy it. I know that's down to numbers that you wanted to buy in before, but people just don't feel good about it, and the price has decreased. So I know that it's less expensive, but obviously they have something right because I mean people aren't short-minded. They're looking for the long term. They're looking to see what stocks will double in the next year or so or a couple months. They're definitely not trading just based on the next month or two, obviously. The one good thing is, though, that WeBull still has 3 free stocks if you deposit $100 or more, as long as you sign up using the link down in the description. Hey guys, sorry that last part wasn't supposed to get in there. Yeah, so I I do want to say, first of all, Webull is giving out those 3 free stocks, but I wanted to kind of go over what is going on right now because Workhorse is down to about $16 a share, and based on what's happened over the last couple months, nothing bad has really come out about Workhorse. So it's not like the company has come out and had something terrible go on. It's not like Virgin Galactic where there could be an issue with their spaceships or something like that. I did a video on them recently before this, so you should check out that video too. But there's been nothing that has fundamentally changed for Workhorse except for the fact that they have not gotten the USPS contract. That's the only negative thing, but it's not really negative. It's just kind of this neutral thing that's happening. And there's really only been good news that's come out about Workhorse. Like I covered at the beginning of this video, there's been a lot of good stuff that's come out. And what we see is people regularly say that they wish they could go back in time to buy a stock when it was cheaper because hindsight is 2020. Right? So first of all, before I even say this, I'm not saying that you should buy Workhorse, that you should feel really comfortable buying Workhorse and that it's definitely going to go up or anything like that. I'm not saying that. This is a highly speculative stock that has high upside potential and, it has high risk. But I see this all the time with people. I mean, think about Tesla. It was up pretty significantly before the market dropped down in March or back in March. And it dropped to about $300 a share, so I think it was pretty high before that, maybe $1,000 or so dollars a share. And then we saw the market drop. It went down to about 35% or so of what it was before. This is obviously pre-split, so pre-1 to 5 split. So that's something that we saw, right? It went down to a drastically lower number, and people were really worried. They didn't want to buy into the stock. It's gone up dramatically, but people didn't want to buy in because they saw the stock price go down drastically. They thought there's a reason for this happening. They didn't want to buy into the stock just to see it drop more. But a lot of them were saying when it was $1,000 a share, man, I wish I could get it for $400 or $500 a share again. Man, I would buy so much if that happened. And they didn't do it. So that's what I think we're seeing a little bit with Workhorse right now. How many people were saying, man, I wish I had bought in when it's $28, $29, $30, $31 a share? How many people were saying, man, I wish I had bought any of the stock. I wish I had bought some shares. And then how many people were just saying, yeah, I wish I had bought way more. I wish I had bought, $1,000 more. I wish I had bought $10,000 more. I wish I had doubled my position. But now that we see the stock go down a little bit, we get a little blood in the water. People are a little bit nervous, right? This is just what we see. This is what happens with investors. They think there must be a reason that's going down so drastically, and there are. I mean, Workhorse is one EV stock, first of all, so they're one of the companies that has gone up a lot this year just because there's been kind of an EV craze. Some people misinterpret it and think that Workhorse is a SPAC, so they're not a SPAC. They've been a company for a long time that's been public, but some people think that and misinterpret it or misread the situation. Some people are just nervous about being in the stock before the election. Some people are nervous that it will go down further and they want to buy back in later. Some people think that we don't have the USPS contract. there are a lot of different things that cause people to sell out of the stock, but this is kind of an opportunity in my eyes. I mean, if we had looked at this and said, okay, a month and a half ago, would you buy Workhorse at $16 a share? I bet you almost everyone would say yes, especially with the caveat that we are not buying the stock after the USPS decision, after the USPS says that we don't have the contract for Workhorse. We're saying, okay, if you could, 2 months from now, if you could buy the stock for half the price it is today, the USPS has not come out and made any decision or anything like that. The Workhorse trucks are not on fire in the streets. There's been nothing that really has come out negative about Workhorse, except for a couple of short sellers that are trying to make some money on Workhorse because it's up so much. Who would have said no to that? Who would have said, nah, I'm good. I don't want it for 50% the price it is today? Well, I bet you pretty much everyone would have taken that deal. I mean, I bet you a lot of people would have said, yeah, I'll buy thousands of shares, hundreds of shares, if we are down at half the price. Now, once that kind of happens, once we see the stock price go down, people get worried, and I get that. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. If you're someone that has the stock and has been buying more all the way down, maybe you feel a little bit bad because you bought it and then it decreased in value, you bought it and then it decreased in value, you bought it and then it decreased in value. This isn't an index fund or anything like that where you know for sure it's going to go back up. It's just a question of how long it takes. But Workhorse is still in a really good situation to get the USPS contract. They still have a really good chance at it. It's not like the USPS has come out and said that, no, we're not doing that this year. They're just saying, okay, it's going to be end of the year. So that is something that I think a lot of people should consider when they're looking at investing in Workhorse, selling Workhorse, buying Workhorse, whatever they want to do. Now, if you guys want a little reminder video or a little bit of information on when I am buying and selling Workhorse, I do have all the numbers written out for when I will sell it if it goes up to a certain point, and then when I will buy more if it falls down to a certain point. And it kind of depends on the USPS contract. Like if we don't get the USPS contract, if they come out and say Workhorse got 0%, then I will cut my losses. I will sell out of the stock. I might look at buying it again once it falls pretty far down, but I am doing this full time now, so I can definitely keep up with it a little bit better than a lot of people, so I can pay attention to the news pretty often. I should be able to tell before a lot of people if the USPS does not give Workhorse the contract. Now, I am planning on buying more if it falls down more and more, so let me know if you want that in the comments below. Let me know if you want me to go over when I'm buying, when I'm selling. I might do that in a future video, but this video was not made for that. This is just to give people a little bit of a reminder of what we all felt a month and a half ago. Now, if you guys like this kind of thing, please leave a like. I really appreciate that. This is the 4th video I'm making today, so hopefully you find something in this video that you can take and remember and benefit from. Again, if you guys want to check out WeBull down below, I really appreciate that too. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know how you're feeling about Workhorse, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.